Before life changes for the better, it almost always whispers first. Not with celebrations. Not with certainty. But with quiet signs that only the aware can recognize. If you've been feeling unsettled, if your old life no longer fits, if something inside you feels restless yet hopeful, this message may be arriving exactly on time. Paramhansa Yogananda taught that before grace arrives, the soul is gently shaken. And today, you will learn the 5 sacred signals that appear before good times begin. Signals that transformation is already in motion. Stay with this message until the end, because the final sign is the one most people ignore. And it decides whether blessings stay or pass by. Before we go deeper, if this kind of wisdom nourishes your spirit, subscribe to Inner Divine. This channel exists to remind you that you are never lost, only being guided. Leave a comment with the word ready if you feel a change approaching in your life. And if someone you love is standing at a turning point, share this message with them. You may become the sign they were waiting for. Now, let us begin. Sign 1, a deep inner restlessness. The first sign arrives quietly, almost unnoticed, like a soft knock on the door of your awareness. You wake up one morning, and the life you once prayed for no longer satisfies you. Nothing is visibly wrong, yet nothing feels complete. Success feels hollow. Routine feels heavy. Comfort feels strangely empty, as if joy has slowly slipped away without asking permission. Paramhansa Yogananda explained that this is not dissatisfaction. It is divine discomfort. When the soul outgrows its current environment, peace can no longer live there. Your spirit begins to reject what once felt safe, familiar, and desirable. This restlessness is not meant to punish you. It is meant to move you. Just as a bird becomes uneasy before it learns to fly, your soul becomes restless before it learns to rise. Do not numb this feeling with distractions. Do not silence it with temporary pleasures. Listen, because this quiet discomfort is the universe gently preparing you for something far greater than what you are currently holding. What feels unsettling now is actually a signal that growth has already begun. Sign 2, things begin to fall apart without clear reason. Suddenly, things that once felt stable begin to loosen their grip on your life. Relationships shift without warning. Plans collapse despite your effort. Doors you trusted quietly close, without explanation or apology. And in the silence that follows, you ask yourself, why now? Why me? Paramhansa Yogananda taught that God removes before God replaces. What falls away in this season cannot follow you where you are being led. Not everything that feels like loss is truly loss. Some endings arrive because your soul has already moved forward, even if your mind is still holding on to the past. If things are unraveling around you, it may not be punishment or failure. It may be divine realignment. Life sometimes dismantles what no longer belongs, so that something more aligned, more truthful, and more enduring can finally take its place. What feels like collapse may actually be preparation. Sign 3, you feel drawn to silence, solitude, and meaning. Without effort, your attention slowly turns inward, as if something deeper is gently calling you home. Noise begins to feel exhausting, almost intrusive. Small talk feels empty and repetitive. Crowds feel overwhelming, even when nothing seems outwardly wrong. You crave silence, reflection, meaning that goes beyond surface-level conversations. This is not withdrawal. It is attunement. Paramhansa Yogananda often spoke of silence as the true language of God, where intuition sharpens and inner guidance becomes clear. When good times are approaching, the soul instinctively prepares itself by shedding distractions and unnecessary noise. You are not becoming distant from life. You are becoming closer to its essence. Honor this phase without guilt or fear. Silence is not emptiness. It is fertile ground, where clarity deepens, wisdom settles, and the next chapter quietly begins to form. Sign 4, old desires fade, new values emerge. You begin to notice something subtle, yet profoundly powerful. The things you once chased, approval, status, recognition, validation, no longer hold the same pull over you. Instead, your attention turns inward. You seek alignment, integrity, peace, a life that feels honest, meaningful, and whole. Your definition of success quietly transforms. Achievements are no longer measured by external praise, but by how aligned your choices are with your inner truth. This is one of the clearest indicators that transformation is approaching. Because blessings cannot rest on unstable or unaligned foundations. Paramhansa Yogananda taught that true abundance flows naturally when inner order is established. As your values realign, life begins to mirror that harmony outwardly. What is leaving was never meant to stay. What is arriving will perfectly match who you are becoming and who you are ready to be. Up to now, these signs may have felt subtle, even confusing. But the next signal is unmistakable. It appears when the universe is no longer asking, but insisting. If this sign is present in your life, change is not optional anymore. It is imminent. Stay with this message. Sign 5, life forces you to let go. This final sign often arrives quietly, yet unmistakably, as resistance. The harder you cling, the heavier life becomes. Plans stall. Expectations crumble. Outcomes slip through your fingers. Despite your effort, the more you try to control, the more exhaustion grows. As if the universe itself is asking you to release. Paramhansa Yogananda described this moment as surrender before elevation. You are not being weakened. You are being unburdened. The old patterns, identities, and attachments are being cleared away, so that the new, aligned version of yourself can step forward without obstruction. When surrender replaces struggle, grace finds room to enter. The old chapter quietly dissolves. The new chapter begins, subtle yet irrevocable. If you recognize these signs, understand this deeply. Good times are not random rewards. They are responses to your growth, your awareness, and your readiness. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are early. What feels like uncertainty now is simply the pause before alignment. Trust the unfolding. Embrace the letting go. Step forward with courage and faith. Life is rearranging itself to reflect the truth of who you are becoming. If this message has touched your heart, subscribe to Inner Divine and walk the sacred path with us. Comment "I trust the process" to anchor this intention deeply within your consciousness, and to invite the universe to respond to your readiness. Remember, nothing in your life happens by chance. The universe never prepares you for nothing. Every experience, every challenge, every subtle nudge is shaping you, refining you, and aligning you for what you have long asked for what your soul has always been ready to receive. Stay aligned with your inner truth. Stay open to the guidance that surrounds you. Stay with us, as together we awaken, rise, and embrace the life that is already on its way to you.